evening. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. I want to start by thanking the University of Washington and MD for this amazing honor. I'd also like to thank my mom, my sister, my grandma, and my friends for their unwavering love, which has supported me throughout my journey. To start, I'd like to introduce myself in the way that I was raised and make my mother proud. My name is Miss Malia Wesley Callier. Growing up, I always knew that I saw big things for myself. I used to tell my family that I would be everything from an astronaut to a lawyer to the first Black female president of the United States. Some of those dreams have changed over time, but at the heart of it all, I always knew that whatever I did, I wanted to continue learning. For me, my higher education was not just a pathway to a career. It was a way to make a lifelong commitment to curiosity. After experiencing a summer high school research program, I knew that I wanted to go into scientific research. When I was accepted to the University of Washington, I was elated. When I began my freshman year, I promised myself that I would try everything at least once. On my first day on campus, I watched a movie shown by the UW Film Club and realized that I loved films more than I thought. I ate dinner at the Wesley campus ministry during my first week and found kinship amongst other queer students who hope to challenge the systems of oppression faced by many BIPOC and LGBTQ students. I've also since continued to conduct research in multiple labs studying hematology, oncology, and neurology. But my journey at the UW was by no means smooth. I initially struggled to balance the demands of my heavy class load and the separation of my family, which often made me feel overwhelmed and alone. After I failed my first chemistry exam during the fall quarter of my freshman year, I was crushed. Luckily, I was guided by my Education and Opportunity Program advisor, J.B. Burns. He was instrumental in helping me navigate my challenges with networking, class scheduling, and accessing resources. But most importantly, he directed me to the Instructional Center, one of OM&D's life-changing resources. The Instructional Center tutors have been an invaluable resource for my educational and personal growth. They are all extremely knowledgeable in their fields, and above all, they make me feel heard. With their support, I have become equipped with the skills to succeed in my classes, even if they increase in difficulty, and even share my knowledge to help others succeed. The Instructional Center has always been a safe environment where I can be myself and connect with other science-focused students of color during the few free moments I have in my busy days. Their ambition motivates me to keep going, especially since I don't often see myself represented as a Black woman in the microbiology field. At the Instructional Center, I have found not just an educational resource, but a community that truly inspires me. I go there to study and laugh and cry. With the guidance and support from my peers and other OM&D resources, I have become resilient, and I'm now ready to handle whatever is thrown at me, both inside the classroom and out. Currently, I find myself in a position I never dreamt that I would be in. I am a microbiology major researching Parkinson's disease. I serve as a film reviewer for the UW Film Club, sit on the executive board for the Wesley Campus Ministry, and have recently begun volunteering at the Instructional Center, helping other students with biology. My time at UW has taught me that every celebration, association, and conversation that we engage in is never without reciprocation. We carry pieces of each other with us. And while I am a student, I am also a teacher. So today, I thought that I would show gratitude to all of the educators in my communities who have formed me into the individual that I am now. As an act of giving back to the Commonwealth, I wish to share some of the knowledge I've gained. I have learned that we truly contain multitudes. that we hold so much life within us and around us that the distinction often becomes an unrecognizable blur. That we are not what the systems of oppression say about us, think about us, or do to us. That our lives, dreams, and ambitions are not up to the interpretations of others, but can only be found within ourselves. It is through belonging to communities that we as individuals can come together to make something greater. That's why the Office of Minority Affairs and Diversity exists, what we celebrate today. I hope that during this time of economic turmoil, persisting societal injustice, and declining access to education, that you now turn to your neighbor and realize how much you can learn from one another. I ask you to continue to support the students who are working hard to create a world in which everyone feels like they belong. Thank you so much, and I hope that everyone has a great rest.